Okay, so today we're going to be making a red cabbage kimchi and a white cabbage sauerkraut. Both simple recipes, just doing basic ferment using a brine that you'll make the solution out of the cabbages. Okay, for the red cabbage kimchi, you'll need a red cabbage, you'll need some carrots, some garlic, onion, ginger, some chili sauce, sea salt, miso, chili flakes. For the sauerkraut, you'll just need a white cabbage, a little bit of chili sauce, and some caraway seeds. The equipment you'll need for this: some kilner jars, chopping board, good knife, blender, kitchen scales, mandolin if you've got one, grater, and some baking trays. You want to make sure everything's as clean as possible, free of any chemicals that could inhibit your bacteria to grow. The process of fermentation is about creating an atmosphere where good bacteria thrive and they'll outdo all your bad bacteria, basically. Okay. First of all, you want to decore your cabbage and peel your carrots. Place all of these into the bowl and then give them away. This will determine how much salt you will add to create your brine. So for every kilo of cabbage or vegetables that you're using, you want to use 20 grams of salt. You're working on a 2% ratio for this. Next of all, you want to chop everything up as finely as you can. So julienne your carrots, and I always use the mandolin to cut up your cabbage. So once you've got all your veg nicely grated up, make sure you know your measurements and make sure you know how much it weighs, and then weigh out your salt. So for the red cabbage was 13.25. I rounded that up a bit, 13.50, so 2% of that is 27 grams. Take the salt, spread it evenly over your cabbage, and then give it a really good working in. You want to get this macerated as much as possible, because this is going to release all the water within the cabbage and create your brine. So your brine solution is what is going to create the right atmosphere for your ferment to take place. After you've mixed this all in, you leave it for 2 hours. Give it a good mix. So now I'm just going to cover that, and as I said, leave it for 2 hours. If you look, looks absolutely beautiful. Okay, so whilst you're waiting for your salted cabbage, for your kimchi, you want to make a nice spice base. In Korea, this is traditionally using a fish paste, but I just like to use a miso paste instead. Keep it nice and vegan, and I also really like the flavour profile of miso. So take your garlic, peeled ginger, a few onions, good old dollop of miso paste. Any miso paste will do. So, you know, you can find it in quite a lot of the shops now, but you want to get one that's not been processed too much because it's still alive, so it's going to start off your fermentation process. Also, this is chili sauce. So I said earlier use chili sauce. I forgot to mention you need to use one that has no sugar or vinegar in it. These will inhibit your bacteria. I make my own chili sauce, and if you want some, come hit me up. I'll fly you with some global warming chili sauce. So a good dash of that in there, and then get your wazza on. You want this to a nice paste. If it's not, just keep working it, working it. Put that aside for later on. Once your sauerkraut and your kimchi is salted, you're ready to start flavouring them up and jarring them up. So with your sauerkraut, for every kilo you'll add around a tablespoon of caraway seeds, and you'll add your spice and onion mix to your kimchi. Give them a real good mushing in again, a real good maceration. You want to get as much of the liquids to release as possible. When you're jarring them up, you need to make sure you press them down, press them down, press them down. You can use a rolling pin to lightly tamper it down, and then at the end you want to use a weight to weight them down. I've used here a ramekin, and then I've just put another metal ramekin on top just to keep it sealed. You don't want metal to be touching your ferments because it's not a good material for it to be touching. It tends to slow down the fermentation rate and could give a taste to it. You want to make sure at all times that your ferment is submerged. This is an anaerobic process, so to have the right atmosphere for the good bacteria to grow, you need no airborne oxygen in these jars. Once you've got your ferments all jarred up, you want to keep them in, a cool, dark place, out of direct sunlight. On top of a shelf is good. Somewhere. You want to also keep it in a baking tray or on top of a plate, because they tend to overspill. They might get a bit active when you're burping. You want to watch out for things like that. Don't burp it in your face; it might splatter. Especially with kimchi, you could get spicy eyes. No one likes spicy eyes. Once they've been fermenting for a week or so, I'd then put them in the fridge. This will slow down the fermentation process. You'll stop getting a build-up of carbon dioxide, and then they are pretty much safe to eat. So if you're not getting a carbon dioxide build-up, you're not when you're burping it, you'll be noticing bubbles coming up. If that's not happening, your ferment isn't active. You could run the chance that there's bad bacteria in there, not the good bacteria. You won't be able to eat these, they'll make you ill. You need to be very careful of this, but I haven't had it happen very many times. It is quite a simple process as long as you give it the right atmosphere to thrive in. I'm no professional, so if you really want to look into this, do some more homework. I'll put some links to the science behind this, and you can go from there. Any questions, then just feel free to hit me up. That's my first tutorial done. Thank you ever so much for watching, and see you next time.